Hi guys, welcome back to a game of Fangs and Thrones. My name's Hannah and this is my slightly delayed April wrap up. So in April things weren't great. I don't know if I was in a reading slump, of writing, or just a general slump or what, but I am back. And we're just going to dive into these books. Now, I'm not going to rate them out of 5 because it's not fair to the books if I wasn't reading them with a review and a rating in mind and I was just reading for escapism. However, there is one book that is a definite 5-star. And I did also try and take part in G from Book Roast's Magical Readathon, and I think I did okay. I went for, hang on, there's something on the iPad. I went for 2 careers, Beastmaster and Elemental list. So I had a fair few bits to read. So we're just going to, okay, there's 2 possible 5 stars. I didn't write these in any order at all, so we'll just dive right into it. Probably wrote them in the order that I remembered I read them. So we had 2 2 physical books. The rest were ebooks. Most fiction, 2 non-fiction, which I'll get to in a moment. And apart from the 2 non-fiction, they were all paranormal / fantasy. So we'll go down the list and then we'll just go from there. So book 1 is a physical book and it is right here. This is Midsummer Mayhem by Rajani LaRocca. This was kindly sent to me by a fellow booktuber, Amy at Booktuber with Amy. I'll probably have her channel listed below if I remember. I'm not closing up the piercings, I just have clear studs in if anybody's interested for the show, but you don't really care about that. But anyway, this is Midsummer's Mayhem by Rajani LaRocca. Like I said, it is a middle grade, very focused on baking, which was lovely. It made me hungry every time I picked it up, which I suppose was a good thing. But this basically follows Mimi, who is 11 years old and the youngest of 4 children within her big Indian American family. She feels invisible, but she has an amazing talent with baking. She takes unusual flavors that you wouldn't think go together, but they do, and her family really appreciate her baking. But she still seems to want to find that's something that makes her. Her brother is an actor. The middle sister, I want to say, like the second oldest, is a dancer, and the oldest is a football or soccer star. I think I've got them the right way round, but either way. But then a new bakery opens up and Mimi decides to enter the baking contest that they're holding, but things aren't as they seem. Now, Mimi lives next to a wood, and her best friend Emma, who's sadly moved away to Australia, used to spend a lot of time out there. I think they spend most of the summer out there. So Mimi's dealing with grief from losing a friend and feeling invisible. So she goes to the woods to be herself, to escape. And there she meets Vic, who is a little bit odd, shall we say. But they become friends, and Vic shows Mimi parts of the forest that she previously didn't know were there. Now, we all know, well, I'm assuming most people know about the A Midsummer Night's Dream, the play from Shakespeare. Now this takes a very good look at that play and gives it its, which is funny because Mimi's brother Henry is playing Puck in that play, which is brilliant. And I don't want to tell you too much, but the play just isn't happening in Henry's school, in Henry's drama club. So I gave this a 5 stars. I'm going to be generous because that made me laugh. My heart was in my throat at times, and for me to get any kind of emotional response from a book almost guarantees it's a 5 star, if not a very high 4, almost 5. This is a 5 star, and I believe that LaRocca has written a companion story about football, but oh, there's a preview in the back, so it will tell me. Recipes. Much Ado About Baseball. Now, I did like Much Ado About Nothing, so we shall pop that on the list and see what's happening with that. The next book is right at the top, so I can't quite reach it, but it is that one there, just between all the bottles, and that is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This was the first book I read, well, the first book I remember reading in April. The Midsummer's Mayhem fit the prompt for elemental studies. It has leaves on the cover. Well, it has nature. It's herbs, but they're leaves. I think it's rosemary. But anyway, no, it's not that one. It's a book recommended by a friend. But anywho, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers is the first in the series, following the ragtag crew of the Wayfarer, who are a deep space tunneling crew made up of different sentient beings, a couple of humans in Rosemary and the captain. Sussex is their pilot. We have the navigator. We have another human who's like the algae guy. So it's a mix match of different genders, different pronoun usage, different species, and different, it's probably just all mixed into the universe, but there are very big representations of LGBTQ, and I believe there is there could be amputation rep in there as well, in the sense that some of these characters are mecha humans. They adapt to their surroundings and get implants. But what the basic plot of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet is, we follow Rosemary mainly, and she is looking for work. She's just graduated the university type program and takes on work with the Wayfarer as a clerk. Now, she has her own secrets, and I think she comes to realise that everybody does as well. But what I really liked about this story was the found family aspect. Everybody was so close to each other, but it wasn't in a sappy, oh, I'll do anything for you kind of way. It was realistic. These people argue, they fall out. There are 2 characters who have a major falling out, and that seems to take a while for them to get over, but they do, because both sides can eventually, when things have calmed down, both sides can see the other point of view. I will continue with that because I just think it was a hug of a sci-fi. Then we have and that followed, that fit the prompt for astronomy. Then we get into the ebooks, and I'm going to have to double check my notes, but we have Alpha's Temptation by Renee Rose and Lee Savino. This was just a free little romancy, smutty werewolf book. It scratched the itch. I'm giving that 3-star. I can't really remember too much, but I did remember enjoying it at the time I was reading. I think it's your basic werewolf plot, but this one was interesting because the Alpha was a tech genius. He had his own security company, and the fated mate was a hacker, ex-hacker turned employee. So that was an interesting one. Then we have Secrets of Green and Gold by Joe Holloway. This is a start of a YA series where this, I'm sorry, I can't remember names, but our main character has gold eyes, and she's always known that she's different. She thinks she's not well. She sees things that people don't always see involving animals, and during the summer when she graduates from middle school to go to a boarding school, she starts hearing a voice. Now this voice tells her that she is a pixie, and that he needs her help. He's from a race called the Pix, and it's a whole thing. Someone or something is stealing the other Pix in the area, and our friendly Pix needs this girl's help. Now she goes away to boarding school and runs into one guy who can hear the Pix as well as her, and his friend who just supports him. He knows the secret, but he can't hear them himself. Now I'm giving this a 4-star because I am very intrigued, and because I can remember more than I thought, apart from names, which I never... I'm taking my boots off, anyone wants to know. But aside from names, which I never remember, I'm doing quite well with that one, remembering what was going on. Then we have another smutty, but not smutty book, in the sense that we read Half-Blood Academy, book 1, Magic Trials, by Meg Exumi X. And I'm giving this one 4 again. 3, 4. It is a dystopian-esque world where the 4 riders of the apocalypse, led by War, are fighting Lucifer, who has come to Earth, and basically the demigods and the demons have split the world in half, in terms of territories. Our main character is a bit snarky. She's a little bit older. I think she's 20. She is making a living by ignoring them, by forgetting about them. But she gets on the wrong side of one of the demigods, who pretty much tells her she has to go to the Half-Blood Academy. Now, Half-Blood Academy has another name. It's known by the Half-Death Academy, because basically if you're not a demigod, you die. Our main character, as we can guess, isn't a demigod, but she is something. She survives their trials and ends up being attracted to all 4 of the kids, the demigod children, whatever you want to call them. So it was a little bit predictable, but it was fun. So I'll give it a 3.5, I think. Then we have 2 crochet/knitting magazines that I got through Kindle Unlimited. Not sponsored by them. I just really enjoy Kindle Unlimited. The majority of these books were on Kindle Unlimited, actually. But so that's that. Not much to say about the crochet magazines. I get them because, I like patterns and they fit the prompt. So, what are my plans for April in terms of reading? So I am currently reading The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah, which is downstairs and I can't be bothered to get it. and I'm nearly finished that, which fulfills the prompt for law because it has a map. I will go back and double check because I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to double up for Midsummer's Mayhem because it was recommended by a friend. I mean, Amy sent the book to me. Thank you again, Amy. And it had leaves on the cover. So the last prompts I have are to read a book with a map and 2 random picks. So, Stardust Thief. We'll talk about this one a little bit. I'm nearly finished, and it is a gender-bent retelling-esque type thing of Aladdin and the Lamp. We also have aspects of Aladdin and the 40 Thieves, but we follow Luli, who is the midnight merchant, making her living from trading and selling illegal magics and illegal relics, because the jinn in this world are not nice. Now, however, Luli has a bodyguard / friend, if you like, called Kadir, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And he is a jinn. Now, not much is known at the start of the book why Luli and Kadir are together, but you find out pretty quickly that they do actually quite like each other. They are friends. But then we also have Mazrin, who is the prince. Now, he is the oldest son of the Sultan and is a dreamer, basically. His mother was a storyteller, and that art has been passed to him. He escapes into the palace, into the souk, and attracts the attention of a jinn. Luli is also attracted to the presence of the jinn for other reasons. Obviously, she's just trying to warn the jinn that the female jinn would be hurt, captured, killed if she hurts a human. So the shadow jinn seduces and enchants Mazrin, and then Luli basically saves Mazrin's life. This gets back to the Sultan, and you can guess where this is going. Luli is offered a bargain, a very one-sided bargain that she can't refuse, to find this magic lamp, which is probably where the Aladdin myth story comes into this. So she's offered that. She has no choice but to take it, and the king decides that she needs extra protection and tasks Omar, which is Mazrin's brother, to go along as a bodyguard / guide. Omar doesn't want to do this, so decides that he's going to send Mazrin in disguise. So that's all we're getting, because I think anything else would be a spoiler, but I am very much enjoying it. It isn't pulling any punches when it comes to the emotional side of things, which is good. My heart has been in my mouth a few times, which again is what I want from a story like this. I want to be emotionally invested, so that's what I'm currently reading. So in terms of what I want to read, I don't do well with TBRs, so I'll do a half and half, I think. If I can find where I put my jar of prompts, I'll use that for some of the books and then just mood read the rest. But we'll take May as a baseline. I have 2 prompts to fulfill for the rest of Magical Readathon, which is random picks. So I could literally just reach behind me and pick 2 books, and they're the set TBR. But saying that, there are other books that I want to read because I have picked up a couple at the weekend. Sequels. So I might read them. I'll probably do a haul in the vlog because I'm going to do a vlog this week. But yeah, so we'll just, for the sake of the video, we will do this one, which is a TBR vet, actually. I just recognised it from the back. This is The Orphanage of the Gods by Helena Coggan. all I remember about this one is that gods were real and were wiped out in rebellion with the humans. The children of the gods have been imprisoned in an orphanage, watched constantly, and someone escapes. It is a 17-year-old called Hero, and she seems to get out, but not all the gods are dead, and the ones waiting for her in the north have their own plans. So we shall see where this one goes. This came out in 2019, and I think I bought it around then. So that's that one. And then, just because it's easier to grab from this stack, and I don't think there's any sequels in it, other than the sequel to Discovery of Witches, I'm pretty safe to pick from any part of this stack. And we'll grab this one, which is The Left-Handed Booksellers of London by Garth Nix. In a slightly alternate London in the 80s. We follow Susan, who's looking for her father, Frank. Oh no, looking for her father. She bumps into crime boss Frank, who is turned to dust by an outrageously attractive Merlin. Now, Merlin's a young left-handed bookseller, one of the fighting ones, who, with the right-handed ones, who are the thinkers, police the mythic and legendary old world when it intrudes on the modern world, in addition to actually running bookshops. Merlin's on a quest of his own and quickly finds that it overlaps with Susan's. So I'm guessing there will be a question of just exactly who Susan's father is, what he is involved in, and actually if they find him. And I'm hoping that and I know Garth Nix is Australian, I want to say. So it'll be interesting to see, well, I don't know, I just think he's Australian. But it'll be interesting to see about how this goes down. And anything else that I read in the month will be a bonus, because it is a show week starting Tuesday. And that is literally only a week, but it takes up a lot of the evening. It's my birthday on the 23rd of May, and I've arranged with some friends to do something for my birthday early and a friend's birthday late in that weekend in between, because her birthday's the 13th, so that's going to take some time to recover. And then obviously we have a bank holiday at the end of the month, but that's that. So I know this was a bit of a rambly video. If you've kept up with me, thank you so much, and let me know how your April went. I know it may be a bit delayed. Let me know what you're reading in May. Let me know if you've read these two and what you thought of them. No spoilers, please. And if you've read any of the books that I've read, let me know what you thought. I'll chat to you down in the comments. And that's it for this video. So if you like it, give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see this, talk about these, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.